Rubio from Recal Travel, and I'm here to welcome you to another edition of Monday Morning Breathwork. I'm so happy that you're here. Good morning to you. Good afternoon if you're not in some Eastern or Central US time zone. Thanks for being here nonetheless. I am actually filming from Wenatchee, Washington at the moment, where I'm on my way to Seattle for the marathon. And if you followed along with some of the things that are happening lately between me and with Recal, you might know or have heard about the fact that I'm running a marathon in exactly from Monday, 6 days. Um, and I've been training for this marathon by using breathwork only, as opposed to training by running. And then when I go to run the marathon, I'm actually going to tape my mouth shut and breathe entirely through my nose for the duration, hopefully, of the marathon. Hopefully I make it, but I am just going to try to do my best, and really that's it. Today we've got an interesting breathwork session for you. I've been getting asked actually quite a few times, what are the types of breathwork that you're using to actually train for this marathon? And so today we're actually going to do some of those breathwork trainings. This will be the first time that we do this type of breathwork on a Monday morning breathwork session. So this is going to be a little bit different than a normal Monday morning breathwork. So what we're going to actually get into is first, I am lead you through a warm up. The type of breathwork training that I do is in the oxygen advantage style, which is a type of breathwork out there for sports and performance, as well as mindset and mindfulness as well. But it's kind of proper functional everyday breathing plus sports and performance. And so the type of breathwork that we're going to do is basically called high altitude simulation breathwork training. And in order to get to the simulation breathwork training, we're going to do something called preparation for high altitude simulation training. Imagine that. That's actually what it's called. So it's kind of like a little bit of a warm up. And then after our prep for high altitude simulation training, we're then going to do one round of high altitude simulation training. I will walk you through it. I'll coach you through it. But I'll describe what it is. Then I'm going to demo it for one round. I actually already did it this morning here. So this will be not my first time doing it so far today, but I will demo it for you so you actually see what it looks like, and then I'll actually coach you through doing a round yourself. Typically, we will do 5 rounds of this, but we're just going to walk through one round just so you get a kind of a taste for it, and also generally get to know what it's all about. And then after we're done with that, we're going to do a quick recovery breath work. And oftentimes I do this even when I'm training myself. Maybe I'm doing a HIIT style workout or something that really gets me to the point of being breathless. This type of quick recovery is a double inhale and a slow exhale through the mouth. If you're familiar with Jesse Coomer's work, he calls this the sniff, sniff, poo. Hence the sniff, sniff, poo. If you're familiar with Andrew Huberman, then he calls this the physiological sigh. It's kind of all the same sort of thing. We've actually done this a couple times before on our Monday morning breathworks, but that's going to be our quick recovery. And then after that, we're going to do a more of a meditative recovery, which will feel a little bit more like a typical Monday morning breathwork session, where we're going to do 5 count inhales, 5 count exhales. We're going to do those 5 times, and then we're going to do a diverging ladder, something that I like to call a diverging ladder. Basically, you start to decrease the amount of time that you're inhaling, and you're increasing the amount of time that you're exhaling. So again, we're going to start with even inhales and exhales at 5 inhale, 5 exhale. And then we're going to decrease the amount of time for the inhales. So it becomes 4. And when it becomes 4, the exhale is then going to become 6. And then when the inhale becomes 3, the exhale is going to become 7. When the inhale becomes 2, the exhale is going to become 8. And then lastly, we're going to do a quick inhale for a 1 count, basically. And then we're going to exhale for a 9 count. And each of those diverging ladder times, we're going to do it 2 times each. So we're going to do a in 4, out 6 twice, in 3, out 7 twice, in 2, out 8 twice, and in 1, out 9 twice. And then at the end of that, we're going to do just a small period of time for a meditation, and then we'll kind of come out of that. So again, that's preparation for high altitude simulation training. Then it's actual high altitude simulation training, which I'll demo for you, and then you'll do yourself. And then we're going to do a quick recovery, and then we're going to go into our meditative recovery, which is a diverging ladder. So Hopefully, by now you have some space that you've created for yourself. We're going to do a lot of this actually standing. If you want to, you can sit during the meditative recovery. That's completely fine, or you can do that standing as well. So again, this is a little bit more of an unusual Monday morning breathwork, but either way, we're going to be alert and ready to rock and roll for our day and our week ahead. Just a couple of warnings. This style of breath work, it does require some level of fitness and health. So I do absolutely recommend it if you are not feeling like you have a general level of health and wellness. Do not do this style of breath work. It is going to make you feel breathless. It's also going to induce um, in a controlled way, it's going to induce a small level feeling of panic because you're going to be holding your breath for a period of time while moving your body. And that can make you feel very breathless. You are in control at all periods of time. If you feel too breathless, you can stop. You don't need to go as long as I'm going to coach you through it. So again, you're in complete control. You can stop whenever you'd like during that altitude simulation training. So with that, we will go ahead and begin with our preparation for high altitude simulation training. So, from this standing position, the way that this works is you're going to take a normal breath in through your nose and out through your nose, and then you're going to hold your breath and you're going to walk for 10 to 15 paces. Of course, if you don't have the space around you, you can just walk around in a circle or you can just march for 10 to 15 paces, whatever you have space for. And then after you've walked these 10 to 15 paces, you'll stop walking. You will release your nose, which actually, I don't know if I mentioned that. After our normal breath, we pinch and hold our nose, holding our breath. And then we walk for 10 to 15 paces. And then we'll stop walking and release the nose and breathe in and out normally through our nose. And then we'll wait for about 30 seconds and then we'll do that again. We'll do that a total of 4 more times. So a total of 5 times is this preparation for altitude training. Um, so it just gets us used to moving our body with us holding our breath. So go ahead and stand tall. I'm actually going to start a video on my phone as well. So I want to put this out on Instagram as well. Um, So the first thing that we're going to do is preparation for simulation of altitude training. As I mentioned, the way that this works is you take a normal breath in and a normal breath out. We'll pinch our nose, holding our breath, and then we'll walk for 10 to 15 paces. And after those paces are done, you stop walking, you release your nose, you breathe in normally in and out through your nose, wait for about 30 seconds of a recovery, and then go ahead and we'll repeat that. Breathing in and out through the nose, pinching our nose, holding our breath, walking for 10 to 15 paces. We'll do this 5 times total. So that is the preparation for altitude training. So let's go ahead and begin that now. Taking a normal breath in and a normal breath out. Go ahead and pinch your nose, hold your breath, and walk for 10 to 15 paces. And after those 10 to 15 paces, I want you to stop walking, release your nose, and breathe in and out through your nose normally. We're going to do this recovery for 30 seconds. About 10 more seconds of our recovery. Just now breathing lightly, breathing slowly in and out through your nose for this recovery. And now go ahead and take a normal breath in, a normal breath out. And after you've exhaled, go ahead and pinch your nose, hold your breath, and walk for 10 to 15 paces. And when you've reached those 10 to 15 paces, stop walking, release your nose, breathe in and out normally through your nose. Focused on deep diaphragmatic breathing in and out through your nose. So breathing deep into the lungs, maybe feeling your belly and the lower part of your ribs expand and contract with each breath. And now, after your next inhale and exhale, go ahead and pinch your nose, hold your breath, and walk for 10 to 15 paces. After those paces are done, stop walking, release your nose, breathe out. Breathe in and out normally through your nose. Feeling the air coming in, feeling the air going out. Really start to hone in your focus on your breath. Notice how the changes in our breath and our movement make changes in our body. Maybe now you have a bit of moisture in your nose that's possibly from the nitric oxide that's now building up in your nose. And we'll do this two more times. Take after your next normal inhale and normal exhale. Go ahead and pinch your nose, holding your breath. Walk for 10 to 15 paces. And after those paces are done, you stop walking, release your nose, breathe in and out through your nose at a natural pace. Really starting to feel into the body now. And one last time, after your next inhale and exhale, go ahead and pinch your nose and hold your breath and walk for 10 to 15 paces. Relaxing into the body, even if you have that urge to breathe, that air hunger feeling. And when you're done with those paces, release your nose, breathe in and out through your nose normally, and we'll recover for the next 30 to 60 seconds now. And I will now go ahead and move toward demonstrating high altitude simulation training. Okay. I've gotten a lot of questions from you all as I've been training for this marathon that I'm running in Seattle about what type of breath work I've been actually using to train. And once again, this is in the category of oxygen advantage. And in particular, the style of breath work that I've been using and diving really deeply into is high altitude simulation breathwork training. And the way that this works is you are going to be moving your body and holding your breath at the same time. And you do this for quite a while. And then when you can't take it any longer from the breath hold and moving your body, you basically release the air and then you breathe as slowly as possible for a few breaths. So it's as if you're depriving your body of the oxygen or sorry, of the air, which when you're holding your breath, you're not actually releasing CO2. And what that's going to do is as you move your body, the CO2 levels are going to increase. And um, and what that means is you're becoming more hypercapnic. Hypercapnic means high CO2 levels in the body and in the blood. And then also kind of in tandem with that, it is hypoxic as well because you're not actually allowing enough oxygen either to stay in the blood as well. You have enough for these movements, but of course you are going to see a small drop in your oxygen levels. So this high altitude simulation training is also known as hypoxic hypercapnic training, high CO2, low oxygen type of training. Basically, it's a simulation as if you're climbing a mountain at high altitude. So the way that this works is, and I'll walk you through this right now. You start walking and you allow your shoulders to relax, and you allow space for your ribs to widen with each breath, and you're looking ahead. You're not looking up or down. You're looking ahead as you do this. And you take a normal breath in and a normal breath out through your nose. And then you actually pinch your nose and hold your breath. And you continue to walk with your breath held. And then you begin to walk faster. And then you go into a jog. And then you go into an even faster jog. And you're relaxing into the muscle contractions that might be happening in that moment as you're jogging faster, trying to bring a feeling of relaxation to your body. And you push yourself. And then when it becomes too difficult, you let go of your nose and you breathe as little in and out as possible. And you start to stop from that jog. And after you stop, you take as minimal amount of breath in and out through your nose as possible. Just enough, basically, so there's enough air just filling up the nasal cavity. And you do these little mini breaths for about 6 breaths. And then you can go into normal recovery breaths for about 12 to 18 breaths. And at that point, you're just allowing your normal breathing to come back, following your breathing, not making any major changes to that breath, just noticing the air coming in and out through your nose for that recovery. And as a whole, during this entire exercise, you are concentrating on your breath. You're concentrating on the feelings in your body and really going inward for this exercise because it can induce a sense of panic. So you really have to try to relax into those feelings. And then after you're done with those 12 to 18 breaths of recovery, you then begin that again 4 more times. So in total, you're doing basically 5 rounds of this intermittent hypoxic hypercapnic training, also known as high altitude simulation training, where you're holding your breath, you're walking and jogging, and then when you actually get to the point that it's too difficult to continue. I'm going to demo this for you actually right now so that you see what this is all about and the type of training that I've been doing in preparation for this marathon. Again, I'm doing this because I've gotten asked from quite a few people what type of training I've been doing. So I'm going to begin this now. I'm going to do it all in place, but maybe you can pretend that I'm actually outside walking and going into a jog. So I'm breathing normally. I'm just noticing my breath. I'm relaxing my shoulders to my sides and standing tall. And now after my next inhale and normal exhale, I'm going to pinch my nose. And one note, after I start to pick up my pace, I'm actually going to release my nose so that I can use my arms, but I'm still going to hold my breath. So inhale, exhale, pinch my nose, holding my breath. Go to start jogging. Now I'm into my recovery breaths. If you noticed, I did those 6 mini breaths where I focused on just barely allowing enough air to come into my nasal cavity. Those 6 mini breaths brought on the contractions in my diaphragm. You may have noticed that. The contractions in my diaphragm were very strong as I was just allowing those mini breaths for about 6 of those breaths. And now I'm in recovery mode. Normal breaths in and out for 12 to 18 breaths. So that is high altitude simulation breathwork training from Oxygen Advantage. I have this feeling of being very alert, almost like my body just kind of went through a pretty intense exercise. It's kind of amazing what you can do with breath holds and movement. So I hope you enjoyed learning and the demo of the style of breathwork training I'm doing for this marathon. So I'm going to coach you through doing that yourself now. So you can do this standing, of course, just like I did. You can get into walking and jogging in place, but stand up tall, relax your shoulders to your sides, allowing enough space for your ribs to be able to widen with each breath. And take a normal breath in and a normal breath out through your nose. Now go ahead and pinch your nose and hold your breath and start walking in place. Start to walk faster now. Relax into the body. I'm going to cue this, but when you find it too difficult to continue, go ahead and release your nose and take those 6 mini breaths. But you can get into a jog now if you're still following along with me, jogging faster in place. If you need to, you can drop your hands to your sides, relaxing into the body, relaxing the mind, relaxing your gaze so you're not looking at any specific thing. Push yourself. And when it becomes too difficult, you can let go of your nose, if not already, and breathe in those mini breaths in through your nose, allowing as little air as possible inside your lungs, feeling the contractions in your diaphragm. And after those short breaths are done, go ahead and take normal breaths in and out through your nose. Try to control the pace. Try to relax into your body. Just following the breath here. Not making any major changes to your normal pace of breath. Focusing on the air coming in and out through your nose. Concentrating on that breath. Breathing deeply, feeling the ribs expand. And when you exhale, feeling the ribs contract again. Sinking our mind and our attention down into the body. And now we're going to do our recovery breath exercise, our quick recovery breath exercise. It's a double nasal inhale and a mouth exhale. And we'll do this 5 times. So you breathe in through the nose about 70% of your capacity, and then continue, and you pause, and then you continue for the remaining 30% of your lung capacity. So then you're at full capacity. That was through your nose, both of those inhales, and then a mouth exhale, letting the air go. So it looks something like this. So go ahead and begin that now. Inhale, and let it go. Sniff, sniff, poo. Sniff, sniff, poo. 3 more. Sniff, sniff, poo. Now relax. We're going to do our meditative recovery now, where we're breathing in on a 5 count and out on a 5 count for 5 times. And then we do the diverging ladder, in on a 4 count, out on a 6 count twice, in on a 3 count, out on a 7 count twice, in on a 2 count, out on an 8 count twice. And we'll finish with a 1 and a 9. So after your next exhale through the nose, let that exhale go. And now breathe in 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. 3 more. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we'll diverge the ladder, breathing in on a 4 count, 3, 2, 1. Exhale on a 6 count, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more. Inhale, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more of this ladder going into a 3 and a 7. So inhale, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale on a 3 count, 2, 1. Exhale on a 7 count, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now a 2, 8. Inhale and exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relaxing into that exhale. Now inhale and exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one now. We're 1 and a 9. Inhale quickly and exhale on a 9 count. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale quickly and exhale on a 9 count. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And allow your natural breath to come back to you, noticing the air coming in and out. Knowing that you just put your body through a little bit of a workout, a little bit of a hormetic stressor. Relax into your body. Be grateful for it. Be grateful for what you can do with your breath. How your breath can not only change your psychological state, as we've done and learned throughout our Monday morning breathworks, but it can also change your physical state. Notice the feeling in your body. Maybe your legs feel a little bit like jelly from that exercise. That's a common side effect. What this exercise does is it actually increases the number of red blood cells in your bloodstream so that you can deliver oxygen more efficiently throughout the body. And once again, just thanking your body, thanking your breath for being here for you this morning on this Monday morning. Go ahead and bring your focus back to the space around you. If your eyes are closed, at your own pace, you can go ahead and open them. Let's take just 2 deep inhales and exhales. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Thank you for joining another edition of Monday Morning Breathwork, albeit an unusual one. But with the questions about how I'm actually training for this marathon, I wanted to share some of these with you. So I hope you have a great Monday ahead and a great week as a whole. Saturday is the actual marathon. Follow along. We'd love to hear from you. Any sort of support. I am raising money for missing and murdered Indigenous women as part of this process. So if you would like to give to that cause, we would welcome that with open arms. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving as well. And I will talk to you in 1 week. Take care. Bye.